Introduction. The environmental impact is the effect caused by human activity on the environment. Ecology, which studies the relationship between living things and their environment, is responsible for measuring the impact and try to minimize it.
Halogen derivatives of alkanes are the compounds formed by the replacement of one or more hydrogen atoms of alkanes by halogen atoms. They are classified in four types: the monohalogen derivatives that contain one halogen atom per molecule, the dihalogen derivatives that contain two halogen atoms per molecule, the trihalogen derivatives that contain three halogen atoms per molecule, and the tetrahalogen derivatives that contain four halogen atoms per molecule. Haloalkanes are used as flame retardants, fire extinguishers, refrigerants, propellants, solvents, and pharmaceuticals. But they have also been shown to be serious pollutants and toxins.
Important organic compounds. Organic compounds are chemicals containing carbon, forming carbon-carbon and carbon-hydrogen covalent bonds. In many cases containing oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, boron, and other halogen elements. These compounds are called organic molecules. Polymers. The environmental damage comes from the production of polymers. Oil drilling and factories continue to affect the environment. To counteract the effects of these facilities, companies have made efforts to reduce waste and use fewer resources, such as water and energy.
The place that is more affected by the plastic pollution is the ocean. Fishes, turtles, and other aquatic animals get some ingestion, suffocation, and entanglement by their plastics.
A battery is a package of one or more galvanic cells used for the production and storage of electric energy by chemical means. Oxidation and reduction reactions cannot be carried out separately. They have to appear together in a chemical reactions. Thus, oxidation and reduction reactions are often called redox reactions. In terms of redox reactions, a reducing agent and an oxidizing agent from a redox couple as they undergo the reaction. Electricity, as you probably already know, is the flow of electrons through a conductive path like a wire. This path is called a circuit. Batteries have three parts: an anode, negative, a cathode, positive, and the electrolyte. The cathode and the anode are hooked up to an electrical circuit. The chemical reactions in the battery causes a buildup of electrons at the anode. This results in an electrical difference between the anode and the cathode. You can think of this difference as an unstable buildup of electrons. The electrons want to rearrange themselves to get rid of this difference, but they do this in a certain way. Electrons repel each other and try to go to a place with fewer electrons. The only place to go is the cathode, but the electrolyte keeps the electrons from going straight from the anode to the cathode within the battery. When the circuit is closed, the electrons will be able to get to the cathode. However, this electrochemical process change the chemicals in anode and cathode to make them stop supplying electrons, so there is a limited amount of power available in the battery. A fuel cell is a device that converts the chemical energy from a fuel into electricity through a chemical reactions with oxygen or another oxidizing agent. Fuel cells are different from batteries in that they require a continuous source of fuel and oxygen or air to sustain the chemical reaction, and batteries didn't. Combustible batteries have a lot of benefits, such as they are used for commercial, industrial, and residential primary and backup power generations. Fuel cells are very useful as a power source in remote locations. Other benefit is that in combined heat and power, fuel cell systems are used to generate both electricity and heat for homes, office buildings, and factories. Also, they are used in fuel cell vehicles. Fuel cells in vehicles create electricity to power an electric motor, generally using oxygen from the air and compressed hydrogen. Risks of fuel cells is the high probability of fires, explosions, and exposition to hazardous chemical substances and gases while using this type of batteries. Besides, nowadays implementation of these batteries in the market of vehicles is not even close to be economic.
Air pollution is a real public health and environmental problem that can lead to global warming, acid rain, and deterioration of the ozone layer. One main air pollutant is gas that can be found in the troposphere and in the stratosphere. The harmful ozone in the lower atmosphere should not be confused with the protective layer of ozone in the upper atmosphere, which screens out ultraviolet rays that are harmful. Ozone near the ground can cause a number of health problems. Ozone can lead to more frequent asthma attacks in people who have asthma and can cause sore throats, coughs, and breathing difficulty. It may even lead to premature death. Ozone can also hurt plants and crops. Another main gas pollutant is nitrogen dioxide. It is a reddish-brown gas that comes from the burning of fossil fuels, carbon monoxide. This gas comes from the burning of fossil fuels, mostly in cars. It cannot be seen or smelled. Carbon dioxide makes it hard for body parts to get the oxygen they need to run correctly. Exposure to the carbon monoxide makes people feel dizzy and tired and gives them headaches. In high concentrations, it is fatal. Elderly people with heart diseases are hospitalized more often when they are exposed to higher amounts of carbon monoxide.
What else we can say? We need to take care of our planet. It's our home. We can't live in another planet, in another life, in another space. It's our home. We need to take care of it. So we are Regios. We love the barbecue. One common problem here in Monterrey are the excessive emission of cooking odor and greasy fumes, causes barbecue activities at housing estates. Some solutions could be locate barbecue area away from residential premises, cover up the barbecue area, spray water or cover up the barbecue stove once the barbecue activity is finished, provide the use of barbecue area in sensitive hours such as early morning and at night. For gases problem or gas pollution in our air, some easy things that you can do in your community could be that when you go to school, if you live nearly your school, obviously you can go walking or in bicycle, because the cars and trucks or wherever you use to get to school emit nitrogen oxide. Another thing that you can do as individuals is to conserve energy. Air pollution from energy production leads to acid rain, excess greenhouse gases, and health risks. You can do turning off lights, computers, televisions, video games, and other electrical equipment when you are not using them. Buying equipment that use less electricity, including lights, air conditioners, heaters, refrigerators, and washing machines. Installing a programmable thermostat, limiting the use of air conditioning. Installing a programmable thermostat is not very useful here in Mexico. That is more for United States of America. Thank you.